Today I'll be talking about passing into eternity of Sister Nivedita. Before leaving Calcutta, Nivedita one day went to meet the famous old dramatist Girish Chandra Ghosh, a great devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. Girish Babu was her neighbor. They talked for long about Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. He was ill then, but was engaged in writing his last drama, Topobal. Nivedita asked him to finish it soon so that she might read it on her return from Darjeeling, but she knew that it will never happen. Girish Babu dedicated the book to her with these words: Dear Nivedita child, you always rejoiced when my new dramas were staged. My new drama is being staged now, but where are you? When I was lying ill before you left for Darjeeling, you had tenderly said to me, I hope to see you well again on return. I am still living. Child, why do you not come to see me now? I hear that on your deathbed you remembered me. Engaged as you are in the Lord's work now, if you still remember me, accept this tearful gift of mine. Girish Chandra Ghosh. As soon as the school closed for the puja vacation, Nivedita made preparation to go to Darjeeling. The Boses, as usual, were going with her. She went to the mother's house and met Swami Sardananda, Golapma, and Joginma. The mother was then in her village home. After bowing down to Joginma, she said, Joginma, I feel I will not return. Why do you say so, Nivedita? Joginma said anxiously, I do not know. I feel so somehow. This is the end. Joginma asked her not to harbor such thoughts and changed the topic of conversation, but she could not help feeling worried about her. Before she left Calcutta, some of her senior students came to meet her. Prabhulo Mukhi, her favorite student, was laid down with fever. Nivedita met her and expressed her desire to take Prafullo Mukhi with her, but who would allow her to go? The memory of Bagbajar, where she first came to stay 13 years ago, before the same enchantment for Nivedita still. She wrote thus in a letter to Miss MacLeod on September 5, 1911. Oh, what sweet memories crowd upon one for this last 13 years. He wonderfully full and deep in the wave that overwhelms the soul of twilight, beyond life and death, as Swamiji always insisted. He was never contented to say either word alone. One has need of realizing that these days for death is taking so many of those one has known and loved. A deep, serene peace reigned in her heart. Was it forerunner of the infinite peace she was soon to enter? Her feelings were echoed in her article Beloved, Depth and Play, written in these last days of her life. Life was all play for one who realized that it is the play of God. They left for Darjeeling on September 22 and put up at the Ray Villa. The first few days were spent quietly and restfully. One day they all decided to go to the distant Sandak Fu Peak. It was 2 or 3 days' journey on horseback. On the day fixed for departure, Nivedita had an attack of blood dysentery. Dr. Nilratan Sarkar, a prominent physician of Calcutta, who was then in Darjeeling, and he was sent for. All necessary medical aid was given, but to no avail. Every morning she greeted her anxious host with a bright smile and brave words. She talked of women's education and sundry subjects to divert their worried thoughts. But her life energy was slowly ebbing away. Nivedita knew this was the end, and she bravely faced it. She had learned to consider life and death as the obverse and the reverse of the same coin. She was going beyond both. And so I thought of the universal as might mingled in this way, while the finite we are standing here on the borderline between the two, commanded to win for ourselves the paradise of both, the infinite in the finite. Nivedita was thinking more and more that death means just a withdrawal into meditation, the sinking of the stone into the well of its own being. There is a beginning before death, in the long hours of quiescence, when the mind hangs suspended in the characteristic thought of its life, in that thought which is the residuum of all its thoughts and acts and experiences. Already in this hour the soul is discarnating and the new life was commenced. On October 7th, she knew the end was coming, and she prepared her will. What she had was for the motherland, as in life, so in death. A few days before she came to Darjeeling, she had read a Buddhist prayer on universal love and peace, which she rendered into English and got printed for distribution to friends. At her request, it was read out to her loud. In the east and in the west, in the north and in the south, let all things that are, without enemies, without obstacles, having no sorrows, and attending cheerfulness, move forward freely, each in his own path. As her mind was entering into deep meditation, she sharply intoned her favorite Rudra Stuti. From the unreal lead us the real, from darkness lead us to light, from the death lead us to immortality, reach us through, and perform the last funeral rites. A letter from Abala Bose to Nivedita's sister, Miss Williamson, gives a touching but glowing picture of her last days and hours before the noble soul soared higher up upon the wings of eternity. Nivedita died. With the lightning speed, the news of the death of Nivedita spread in the small town of Darjeeling. Many prominent persons of Calcutta, like Bhupendranath Bose, Dr. P. C. Roy, and Rai Nishikanto Bahadur, were in Darjeeling. All wandered and wended their way to Ray Villa to pay homage to the departed, and then join the funeral procession. As the procession proceeded, it swelled in size and became the largest and most imposing funeral procession ever witnessed on the hill station. The people in the marketplace stood in rows, and every head was uncovered as a mark of respect as the procession slowly and solemnly passed between them towards the Hindu cremation ground. At 4:15 in the evening, the pyre was lit, and all sat round in silent watch. Ganen Maharaj of Ramakrishna Mission was there to perform the last funeral rites according to Hindu tradition. With tearful eyes and heavy hearts, the processionists returned at 8 p.m. carrying on the head the urn containing the moral remains of Nivedita. In reverential memory of Sister Nivedita, a samadhi was raised later over the sacred spot where she was cremated, in the lap of the Himalayas where silence reigns supreme. Stand even today the memorial which proclaims, "Here reposes Sister Nivedita, who gave her all to India." Thus ends the story of the dedicated soul, Nivedita of Ramakrishna Vivekananda, whose life was a fulfillment of her earnest prayer. God, grant me to speak brave, true words in His name before I die, words with His life flowing through them untainted, unimpaired, that I may see that last confidence shining in His face once more and go away into eternity, feeling that I have not disappointed Him. That is all I ask, all.